Welcome, I'm your host Logan23, joining me for Freshman Book 4, Chapter 4. The next day, you all gather in the foyer with your luggage, preparing to load up the van and continue on to the Big Apple. So, James, what's on the itinerary? I think we should check out the club I heard about. Club Fuse. It's got some rave reviews. Now, I know isn't stylish to show up a club early, but this place fills up fast. Chris hefts Gerard's tank and more securely into his arms. I get the value in being early, but isn't this too early? We just had lunch. Manhattan is a good 2-hour drive from Roxbury. With the traffic, it could take even longer. James's phone chimes in his pocket, and he takes it out with a frown. He starts replying to the text. James, is something wrong? It's my friend Teddy from prep school. He's been trying to break into comedy, and he invited me to his open mic tonight. While I'd love to see him perform, I told him I'd have to take a rain check. It's poor timing. Because of us? Well, if we wanted to get to the comedy club early, why not do both? The night is still young. The night hasn't even started yet. It's literally daytime. My point exactly. We'd have time to do both, and maybe your friend could come with us to the Fuse. Besides, you said it yourself, it would be so déclassé if we showed up to the club early. Yeah, I'm with Mizumi. It's my first time in New York, and I want to check out as much as I can. Alright, comedy it is. Teddy will be glad I brought a whole cheering section along. James sends off a quick text, and then you all load up the van and hit the road. By the way, I've put in custom music until Pixelberry's app decides to choose whenever it wants music. You arrive in Soho in the late afternoon, a bit before the comedy show starts. Walk through the streets, taking in the sights and ducking into the ritzy boutiques. I didn't know a street could be so fancy. I don't think my t-shirt's up to scratch. You take James's hand, lacing your fingers together. I wouldn't worry about it. Even James has ditched his fancy sweater vest to look casual like the rest of us. Hey, New York is a diverse place that accepts many different dressing conventions. Before long, you end up outside the comedy club. James knocks on the door, and a small slat opens up at eye level. Password. Password? James, what kind of place is this? Is this one of those modern-day speakeasies? James gets the password, and you head down a staircase and into the underground club packed with cushy chairs and funky decor. I miss Teddy, actually. Oh, there he is on stage. Hopefully we can still catch most of his acts. And then she said, "You totally floundered." You all squeeze into the booth in the back of the club as the crowd bursts into laughter and applause at Teddy's joke. He's a big hit here, isn't he? Teddy was always the jokester among our friends. He used to get him a lot of trouble until he discovered a way to channel it into a career. Actually, still gets him into trouble sometimes, but he's doing what he loves and making quite a name for himself. Teddy wraps up his routine to a thunderous applause and whistles. He hops off the stage and, seeing James waving him over, heads to your booth. James, you brought me more fans! James stands up to pull Teddy into a warm hug and then turns to the rest of you. Everybody, this is Teddy. Teddy, these are my good friends from Hartfeld. Good friends! What does that make me? I'd say you're absolutely hilarious. James told us you've been doing comedy for a while. Teddy shoots a fox scandalized look at James. James! You've already told these strangers my life story? I guess that means we'd better cut to the chase and quit being strangers ASAP. Extends his hand across the table, shake each of your hands in turn, and then squeezes into the booth. You enjoy the rest of the comedians, and after a last one has stepped off the stage, the MC asks if there are any last-minute entrants. Zach, why don't you give it a shot? Me? I don't know, I'm not that funny. What are you talking about? You're always the life of the party. I bet you knock everyone's socks off. The crowd's great, and they always love new faces. But I've never performed comedy before. I don't have a routine, and there are a ton of people here. How about this? I go up first, and you go after me. I don't have an experience either, but I think this will be fun. Wrap your joke book with your knuckles. Oh, this is gonna be cringe, isn't it? I knew this would come in handy tonight. Before I go up there, I need to ask you guys, are you okay being the subject of some roast? There's some pretty good tips at the end of this book. Sure, why not? It's all in good fun, right? Do your worst, Mizumi. I'll be the judge. Oh, I'm coming for you first then, buddy. Now, this is something I like to see. The burns will be hot, but I promise they'll be coming from a place of love. Knock 'em dead! Or knock us dead, I guess. You head up to the stage feeling confident. You tap the mic and the whole audience stares back at you. Hey there. I hope you're having a good time. I'm Mizumi, but I'm not here to talk about myself yet. So I have this friend, Zig. He's the definition of a cliche bad boy, edgy nickname, tattoo on one arm, artfully half concealed by the sleeve of not too tight white tee. The corners of a smirk naturally lift to a precise 37-degree angle. Then he can brew the perfect cappuccino. Yes, I see you swooning back there. Isn't that just sexy? He's got his persona down to a science. Crowd chuckles appreciatively, and you see your friends chortling merrily in their booth as you continue your good-natured drag. But it's not like I'm really in the position to talk. I learned something horrible recently. You lean into the microphone and grimace. I'm the mom friend. Yeah, I'm the Deborah. Nobody wants to be the Deborah. I probably should have guessed, considering the last pair of jeans I bought started somewhere near my bra. You continue cracking jokes and eventually leave the stage to a raucous round of applause and cheers. So, Zach, what do you say? I think I got the audience at a good place for you. You did great. You know what? I think I'll give it a shot. He gets to his feet and strides toward the stage. Once he's in front of the mic, he smiles self-consciously. Ah, finally music. Hi there. I'm Zach, and I'm really bad at being single. It's like I dread my own company or something. There's probably some sort of crushing self-esteem issue in that, but who wants to think about that, right? Tell me about it. I hope you don't mind if I take this in a different direction. I'd have a lot on my mind lately. Zach smiles and clears his throat. To your surprise, he begins reciting a heartfelt poem. It's always a fairy tale at first. Smiles, electricity, the feeling that you like me for me, and then I start obsessing. Am I interesting enough? Good looking enough? Fun enough? I pick at myself like I'm picking at scabs, nails digging, teeth grinding, creating a scar of soft, tender skin, spot above my ribs. New crack forming every time I think of what I might have been. He carries on, and once he finishes, the room is silent for a beat. Then the audience breaks into applause. You get on your feet, and everyone else follows, giving Zach a standing ovation. Hurries off the stage and back to your table, where you all congratulating you, pull him into a hug and squeeze tightly. I didn't know you were such a good writer, Zach. Great job, man. We should collaborate sometime. Thanks, guys. It was really liberating getting all that off my chest. I feel so much lighter. Helps Zach feel better about his future. As the show wraps up, people get to their feet and start to leave the venue. Some friends and I are headed over to the Club Fuse. Do you want to join us there? You're kidding. That was going to be our first stop before you texted me. Well, this isn't that fortuitous. If you came from Roxbury, I'm guessing you have your own ride, so I'll meet you there. He looks at you and Zach. I'd especially like to talk stage performance with the two of you. He fingers guns and winks as he heads away. He's an interesting guy, isn't he? And always good company. Exit the comedy club right behind Teddy and his group of friends. They begin heading off while you all turn the opposite way toward the parking garage. As you pass along some trendy shops along the way, you spot a sexy red jumpsuit in a window display that stops you in your tracks. I know I said looking casual was fine earlier, but a little change never hurt anyone. What do you say? When in Manhattan? You'd make quite the scene walking into the club while wearing that. A scene that involves a stampede and calling the fire department because you'd be on fire! Hang on, guys. Fashion emergency. You're into the shop and ask a sales associate for the suit, then change into it in the dressing room. Damn, I look good. Your phone buzzes and you dig it out of your old clothes to see Kaitlyn calling. Hey, Kaitlyn. You called at the perfect time. What? You realize that New York is absolutely boring without me and you miss me as much as I miss you? Well, that's true too, but... Snap a selfie of yourself in the suit and send it to Kaitlyn. Holy smoke, somebody sound the fire alarm. Zach said the same thing when he saw the outfit in the store window. Zach's right. Not even the New York Fire Department can handle this heat. Starts making fire alarm noises and you laugh. And suddenly there's a sharp knock on the dressing room door. Is everything going all right in there? Everything's fine. Sales associate walks away and you whisper into your phone. Sorry, Kaitlyn. I've got to go decide whether or not to buy this outfit. Alright, you know my recommendation. Say goodbye to Kaitlyn, then contemplate your reflection in the mirror. Buy the clubbing outfit! Or just stick with what I've got. I'm gonna go with clubbing, why not? I've just walked out of the 70s. This look is too good to pass by. Purchase this suit and meet your friends outside. Everyone in the club will be asking who you're wearing. No, this is money well spent. Pretty cute, huh? Everyone's mouth drops open. Cute is definitely an understatement. You look irresistible, Mizumi. That's different from usual because... You grin at him, stretching up to give him a quick kiss on the lips before weaving your fingertips back through his. Just as night falls, you arrive at the Club Fuse on the top floor of the prestigious hotel in Times Square. This place is absolutely packed, making it hard for you to get further inside. You and Zach grab a table on the perimeter while the rest of the guys work their way to the bar. Talk about sardines in a can. I don't know how I'm supposed to get to the dance floor on here. Teddy appears suddenly and slides into a seat. My secret? You've got to use your elbows. Sounds like a tip for surviving a mosh pit. Club, mosh pit, there isn't that big of a difference. Turns towards Zach. So, what's your favorite flavor? What? Teddy gestures at Zach's shirt. Ice cream. I figured you wouldn't wear it if you didn't like it. Oh, strawberry, I guess. Sweet, that's fitting. I just wanted to say that poem was really genuine. I don't know much about poetry, but you have a way with words. Oh, thanks. It was just kind of an awkward thing that I actually can't believe I actually did. It really took guts from both of you. Mizumi, I could use some of the roasting lessons if you're ever feeling generous. Before you can reply, Teddy jumps out of his seat. And looks like Mike's already had one too many drinks. You'll have to excuse me. With a smile, he makes a hasty departure. Quickly getting lost in the crowd, you turn towards Zach. Okay, he's still leaning to you. Which is great because he's very charming. He's got a nice smile. He's funny. He's complimented your outfit. Mizumi, if you're trying to do what I think you're doing, you should quit while you're ahead. I'm just pointing out the obvious. You need a rebound, dog. Chris, Zig, and James return with drinks. Hey, were you just talking about Teddy? Yeah? Consensus says he's a total babe. Totally, I'd hit that. I didn't realize you were into dudes, too. Zig shrugs. It's not like you ever asked. Remember when this happened? And then everyone freaked the fuck out? Remember this? Guys, girls, it doesn't matter. I just like people for who they are. Bonus points if they're hot. This is great news. In that case, wanna keep gushing over Teddy with us? Because he's like, burn your mouth hot? I can assure you guys, Teddy would be grateful for the compliments. But speaking of Teddy, I could have sworn I saw him at the table just before we got here. He said he had to go rescue his drunk friend, but now that we're all here, why don't we work our way out of here? You point to the dance floor. I'll toast to that. You all raise your glasses and clink them together. After finishing your drinks, you squeeze out onto the dance floor. We need more of a hip-hop dance. Hold on. Why not? I can get good at this. Thank you, Pixelberry. This is an opportunity. James rests his hands on your waist as you start dancing together. Yay! Ay, 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 ay! Oh, man, I'll tell you. Let's turn that down just a little higher. You weren't lying when you said this place gets packed. I'm not complaining. This just means I get to dance closer to you. You charmer. James kisses you suddenly, mouth moving hotly against yours. When he pulls back, you're breathless for a moment. Okay, consider me charmed. After dancing for a while, you spot Teddy on the fringes of the dance floor, a drink in his hand. You catch Zach's eye and motion towards Teddy. Looks like the perfect opportunity for some fun. I don't know, Mizumi. What if the timing isn't right? I'm not gonna push you to do something you don't want to, but you did say this trip was about being adventurous. No, I get it, he's cute. We'll be gone tomorrow, and I might as well have some fun, but I don't know. I don't feel like I got any game at this point. Well, someone needs to take a chance with him. Look at him, standing all alone over there. I say, get your flood on, boy. Someone will probably snap him up by the end of the night. You should get your floor on. You've got this, Zach. Here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna go compliment his shirt because he complimented yours. Then you're going to ask what his favorite flavor of ice cream is. Then you're gonna get a pint of it. Then you're gonna dip your... I'm done. Oh my god, that might work. Tomorrow's Valentine's Day, guys. Remember that. Find out what your girlfriend or fiance or wife's favorite flavor is and just go for it. Walk into the room. Okay, focus. Holy shit. Are you sure? What if he chooses something weird like pistachio nut? Then you ask if there's a euphemism or anything. I guess that would get the conversation started. That's the spirit. But remember, the most important thing is... public sex is illegal in the U.S., and it doesn't stop people from doing it. Be yourself. I mean, he's already called you sweet, so whatever you're doing it right. And as my mom would say, don't forget to use protection. Don't get ahead of yourself, Mizumi. I'm not. He's looking this way. Zach spins around, lets out a muffled shriek, and then spins back towards you. Oh my god, he is! So, go, if you're comfortable, and don't if you're not. I think you'll make his day if you do, though. Okay, I got this. I got this, and I'm gonna have fun. Get it, Zach. Zach turns and makes his way through the crowd. When he reaches Teddy, they start talking and laughing, standing close together. As you watch, Teddy puts his hand on Zach's arm, and they head for the bar. James sidles up to you. Teddy sure is taking a liking to Zach. How could he not? Return to dancing with your friends for a while until Zig suddenly stops and points, mouth agape over your shoulder. Somebody's getting some action. You turn around and see Zach and Teddy wrapped around each other, leaning against a pillar at the edge of the dance floor. Yes, I knew he had it in him. Not yet, I hope not. on! I'm having too much fun with it. Oh. Whoo. Anyone else just have the Usher song popping in their head? I want to make love in this club. Zach eventually rejoins you. His clothes are ruffled, and he flashes you his phone with Teddy's number entered into it, grinning. He really liked my pun about club sandwiches. Looks like he liked a lot more than just that. After a few minutes of dancing, and you realize that the club seems to be more packed than before, someone jostles you, and you trip forward. This is getting kind of claustrophobic, don't you guys think? Zach tugs at his shirt collar, face pale as he stares distractedly into the distance. Zach, is everything okay? Yeah, I'm fine. It's just, someone bumps into him and he stumbles. Oh, now there's music. You know, sweat beading on his brow. Zach, do you need to sit down? Some space? Water? Some space? Yeah, I do. He starts stumbling through the crowd, and you follow him to a pillar at the edge of the floor. He rests against it, and you put your hand on his shoulder. Do you feel better? He meets your eyes for a second, but can't seem to focus on you because his gaze flits away again. He's clammy and pale in the flashing lights, and his breath starts to quicken. No, I need to be somewhere else. I need to go outside. Too many people. The rest of your friends run over. Zach starts to make for the door, but he sways. Chris and Zig grab his arms, and you can see that his entire body is shaking. We've got you. We're gonna get you outside, okay? Zig and Chris support him, while you and James clear a path to the door. By the time you're outside, Zach's breathing has calmed, but he's still unsteady on his feet. You help him sit down while Zig goes and off to get him some water. Sorry, guys, I don't know what that was. That's never happened to me before. How are you feeling? Better. My head's still kind of fuzzy, though. Zig comes back with a vending machine, with a bottle of water, which he opens and hands to Zach. I'm so sorry for ruining the night. I know you all were having fun. We wouldn't have fun at all if you weren't here. We're just glad you're okay. Besides, the club was way too packed. I lost count of how many times I had my feet stepped on, and how many times I got elbowed in my back, and how many times someone's hair whipped into my face. Yeah, Club Fuse did not live up to the hype. We're not missing out on anything by not being in there. Thanks, guys. I don't know what would happen if you all weren't here. God, I feel exhausted. You rub his back. I hope I didn't push you too far with Teddy. You didn't. Don't worry about it. That was, fun. And I'm glad at least I had some fun at least. I think it's just too much too fast. Let's get some food in us. I see a hot dog stand. How about a good old curbside dinner? He and James head off to order the hot dogs, and soon you're all munching on street food like the locals. Before long, the color has returned to Zach's cheeks. Okay, this is so much better than in the club. You know, I always thought Times Square would be busy and big and just too much, but all these lights, it's really beautiful here. Tell me about it. I get why they call it the city that never sleeps. How could they with all the neon? Welcome to the big city living. These little town blues are melting away. Come on, guys, you've got to know this one. James pantomimes playing the trumpet while you start singing. I'm gonna make a brand new start of it in old New York. And if I can make it anywhere, I'm gonna make it. If I can make it there, I'm gonna make it anywhere. There we go. It's up to you, New York. New York! With the night ending on a high note. The gang is ready to set for their sights on Austin. Find out what happens in Kaitlyn's neck of the woods in the next chapter of The Freshman. Yay! Okay, so I keep hopping to emulator right now. This one at least had some music playing. I'm gonna hop back to another one here in a minute. For chapter 5 and see how that works. Hopefully that one works a little bit better. But That makes sense, because I'm trying to maximize quality. And yeah, I basically am doing, like I said, I talked about this the other day. I'm doing a project right now where we're working with songs, music, sound effects, things like that. It's a project that I can't really talk about. It's NDA right now. But, so that's why I'm able to have things on hand right now to use. Um, so yeah. Um, I hope y'all did enjoy. Feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe. Head down the description below. There's links to social media, links to our Discord, and a few links to support me and my content. It's greatly appreciated. Helps to provide such things as diamond editions and whatnot. And until further notice, you all have been splendid. Thank you for watching. And I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace.